Are live, and we are here with Terry, and we are here with Steve, and we are going to be talking about our products, about where we're at, what we're doing, and so forth. Um, Guys, we wanted to talk about the steps, that you guys endured and what you had to go through. Um, so we want to make sure uh, that we kind of go through the right steps and everything. So we are showing people the right thing and where we're at, what we're gonna do, and so forth. So, Steve, where are we at as far as the product? Um, where are we going with that right now?
Well, we decided what product, first of all, we decided what product we were going to sell. We figured it out using all the correct tools and Jungle Scout and everything else. Once we made our decision and what we were going to sell, then we went through the procedures of contacting suppliers. And at that point, now we're talking about branding our product. Uh, Making sure it can't be copied by a competitor. Uh,
Okay.
and right about now, we're ready to talk about making our listing and going from there.
Yeah, so what we did basically is we are at that point now where we're going to start creating the listing, start doing the listing, and we're going to be doing the title, the bullet point, and the description, the images, and all that, and get that all settled. If you guys have any questions, if you have any questions at all, feel free. You guys can ask Terry, you can ask Steve, anything there. Be my guest. That's what we're here for. We're kind of doing this video, so we want to make sure that you guys know where we're at with this. I did pick Steve and Terry for this. Steve is a little bit more experienced. Terry is new to this, so we have kind of two different angles that we're going. With Terry being brand new and learning the process, and Steve, who's experienced, been selling on Amazon for a few years, has kind of said, okay, we're going to go ahead and you know. Uh, Look at it as an experience point of view. So, Terry, um, as far as what have you learned so far as being a new person, and so far, what have you learned on that?
Well, taking Henry's courses is actually taught me quite a bit. Because when I first started getting involved in Amazon, you try to look at this and see if you can do this by yourself, and you look into products and product research, and you can only go so far. And then when you get comfortable with that and you think you got it down, and you're ready to move on to the next step. So that's kind of where I was at when I found Henry's course. I was doing product research, and I thought I had it down. I had the system down. I knew how to find it, and I was ready to go to the next step. But Henry just opened up a whole new door. There's different angles to look at, reviews to look at, and it just opened up a whole new door. So right now, it took me to the next step. Where we're at now is listing and that kind of direction, where we list it, keywords and things like that. Whole different direction now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get to. I have a few guys that are just coming on here. So let's just say hello to them. Josie Rosales, hello. Loli is on. Imran's on, and MS Insane in the membrane. Henry, do you offer mentoring? Yes, I do. It's in my packages. If you go to techdaddyvideos.com, you're able to see my mentoring page or coaching page, where I do coach. I do mentor a lot of people, just because I have a lot of members on my website. So I do have a lot of people that I talk to constantly every day. My phone is ringing, and constantly I'm talking to people. And I had one person call me this morning, same thing, and ask me about mentoring and what have you. And the only thing that I could suggest to you guys is take the course, get in the course, and then if you have any questions, feel free to call me, and we can go from there. If you want to call me before you take the course, my phone number is up on top, 626-225-3002, and you can go ahead and talk to me then. Panero Ryder says, awesome interview content. I'm looking forward to joining the team soon. Cool. And just so you guys know, I personally do not have team members. I don't have people running my show. It is me and me only. And so when I do my own videos, they're strictly me and myself and I. That's it. And the nice thing is I'm able to get Terry on, and I'm able to get Steve on, to where we're going to be showing you guys videos step by step by step. So with that being said, what steps do you think that we're going to be, hitting, talking about, and so forth on our future videos? What do you guys, we're going to be doing, the training platform, as far as creating a listing and all that. But what else are we looking at?
Well, once we get our listing set up, we're gonna have to discuss our pushing it to get sales through pay-per-click.
Okay, so pay-per-click campaigns.
Yeah, that's a big decision as far as how far you want to go with that, how to monitor it, make sure that you're not overspending. The proper tweaks that you explain in your course. How to set that up properly so it doesn't cost you a whole lot of money, and yet how important it is to advertise your product.
Right. That is.
Without your course, I mean, I'll just chime in with what Terry said. I've made so many mistakes along the way. I'll admit to it.
I think we all have.
I can't describe the trouble that you can get in.
Right.
I just felt for a while I was being picked on.
Right.
And really, you can, without a mentor and without some guidance, oh my God, words cannot describe the things that can happen to you and probably will happen.
So it doesn't take much, huh, Steve? Then once you're in it, it takes a while to get out of it.
Huh?
It takes some time to get out of it. Once you get the ball rolling, it really takes a while to reverse course and get back on track. I'm still working on my, on my detour that I took, and so I'm still working on trying to get that corrected.
Yeah, it's a totally different ball game now than even from when I started. I could just imagine that Henry's going through, but it's getting much more difficult and much more professional. In a way, it's a good thing. It'll sort a lot of things out, and everyone will have a level playing field eventually. But Amazon is making giant steps to kind of clean up their act, I think, and it can be costly if you don't know what to do.
Exactly. So we were kind of discussing earlier about our Facebook group and what have you, and then somebody had mentioned something about buying samples overseas, and she had asked if I don't know, I don't know what the dollar figure was, but she had asked if that was sufficient enough to kind of spend on a sample overseas. And I think you, Steve, went ahead and answered that question for her. So what kind of advice did you give her?
Oh yeah, basically, if you have a supplier that wants to send you a sample, and by the time you pay the freight and the time lost to get that sample, let's say it's $60 or something like that, and it could be for something that's a $20 product, your competition is selling on Amazon. So the best thing to do is if in fact it is the same as your product, buy it from your competitor. Size it up that way. Maybe your competitor is selling it for 20 bucks. But if you try to buy a sample from China, one or two at a time, by the time you pay for the...
Basically, you're buying just the product anyway. And so if you're looking for a product to private label, that's kind of like cosmetic part of the product. And so